Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I hope all is well with you. We're going to be taking a look at what you need to be aware of. Please bear in mind, this may or may not be your reading. Various messages could pop out to me during the reading. We're just going to flow with it, go with it and see what happens. Thank you for your love and your support. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, I am very grateful to have you here. Spirit, please tell me about the collective. What do the collective need to know at this time? I hope you are having an enjoyable weekend or whenever you watch this. Let's see. Messages for the collective. Overall energy for the collective. What is the overall energy for the collective? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This could resonate whatever sign you are and whatever signs could be around you, whatever energies could be around you too. The Tower. And the Eight of Swords. Has someone found themselves stuck in a rut? Like it's almost like the energy of someone feeling like they've reached a standstill. Whether this is you or someone else. This could be an earth sign. The World in the reverse. Yeah, this can talk about stagnation. It can talk about repetitive cycles. Okay, so I don't know if somebody is realizing that they are kind of doing the same thing but expecting a different result. This could be a Scorpio too. And there's some sort of breakdown because of this. So it's almost like I can't move forward. I am stuck or I'm hitting a brick wall. I've been doing things in a certain way and that is clearly not working. And now things are kind of like falling apart or things are unraveling for someone. And somebody could be finding that they're stuck in this energy, especially if somebody was very resistant to make changes. It's almost like the energy of feeling like I can no longer do the same thing. So someone's being pushed. It's like an energy of being pushed to move, pushed to do something else. And it's almost like someone feels like, you know, when you've got a toddler, right? If you've got a child, okay, or if you've ever seen a child, even if you're not a parent yourself, if you've ever seen a child in the supermarket or at the store or in public somewhere, and they may be told no, or they may be told that, oh no, we're not buying that, and they insist that they want this thing, right? And then they go into tantrum mode and they start screaming, and then they start to implode, where they may just refuse to walk, refuse to move, refuse to be picked up, and they just do this thing where they stand still and they just implode. Have you ever seen that happen? It's kind of giving the energy of like a diva. Like, I know I'm not going to get what I want. I'm not happy about it. I'm stuck, but then they're not really stuck because all they need to do is start walking towards their parent to come out of the store and stop screaming and shouting. But it's like, it's kind of like a refusal, but they know they have to. Like, who is this? It's giving tantrumous child. Like, that's what it's giving. This could be a big grown and adult that I'm picking up on, but this is giving diva. This is giving throw my toys out of the pram energy. Definitely. Messages for the collective. The World in the reverse. Yeah. Someone has been repeating something and expecting the same result. This is somebody who is extremely resistant to doing something else. So this is like a tyrant. Like you're dealing with a tyrant. I hope this is not your energy. Let's all take accountability. I hope that this is not your energy. And if this is, it's room for healing, right? With the King of Cups. You could have tried to help this person. And you're realizing that maybe you need to release this because there's some sort of overspill of energy. This person has turmoil wherever they go. And I feel like it's because of their attitude and their resistance. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. What's the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse? What's the Tower? What's the Tower? What's the Tower? The Four of Pentacles and the Death. Yeah, someone is resistant to change with the Six of Wands in the reverse. So, okay. Yeah. You have someone here who has been holding on by the skin of their teeth to some sort of past version of themselves or a past way of doing something. Someone doesn't like change. I'm hearing fear of missing out. Somebody could be resisting some sort of change because they don't want to miss out on something, but they are missing out on something. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Scorpio energy is very strong in this reading. Like someone has been holding on for dear life to something that is not working. And it's almost like someone is falling apart because of it, but it's their own doing. It's their own doing. And with the Six of Wands in the reverse, someone's realizing that it's holding them back. Like this is like a slap in the face. The universe is slapping someone back upside the head, backside their head, slapping someone's neck back. Slap where you need to slap, okay? And I don't condone violence, but the universe is giving someone a tap somewhere to show them, excuse me, ma'am, excuse me, sir, the way you've been moving, the way you've been doing things, we can no longer co-sign. We can no longer give you any more time for grace. We need to move now. And this tower is coming in to force you to make some sort of change and to transform. And this is something with the Four of Pentacles that somebody has been resisting with the Magician card. Yeah, something is being alchemized because somebody is just not doing it themselves. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. The Queen of Wands. Someone's stuck in the Matrix here as well. Tell me about the World in the reverse. Tell me about the World in the reverse. The Three of Swords. Yeah. What's the Queen of Wands? Who is this person? Could be a fire sign you're dealing with. The Hermit in the reverse and the Ten of Cups. Okay, with the Sun at the bottom of the deck. It's becoming very clear to someone, okay? Take what resonates. This may be your energy. I really do hope it's not because it isn't the best energy. The Sun and the Queen of Pentacles is here. Like, somebody could be viewing you as kind of like a leader, a teacher, someone who leads by example. You know, you can talk the hind legs off a horse. Like you can talk the talk until the cows come home and then some. But if you are not practicing what you preach, it's kind of giving practice what you preach energy. And you could definitely have been a person to another person. You could have been in someone's life where you were talking. Let me put this on silent. Sorry, guys. So I'm not disturbed. You could have been a person for another person in your life, associated with a person, connected to a person, what have you, who you would do a lot of speaking, or somebody could have even thought you as a nag at one point. I'll be honest with you. Somebody felt like you were talking too much. Somebody could have also have felt like you were trying to control them or, you know, force them or what have you. This could have been somebody who they may have even have said this to you. Yeah, with the Page of Cups. Like you were trying to, I don't know if this is your child. For some of you, you've got like a grown child, like an adult child, adolescent child. Someone viewed you as more of a mother figure than a partner. So if this is romantic, this could well be for a lot of you romantic, right? Someone viewed you as more of a mother than a partner, like a equal, if that makes sense. Which is kind of concerning because that kind of strikes me as somebody was not growing up in a situation. The Sun, yeah, it's got a baby on there. The depiction of the sun is a baby boy. This could be a masculine energy. And behind that, we've got the Page of Cups, another page type of energy. You could have children, you could have like an older child, and you could have a baby, or you could have a younger child. Two children could be very significant, okay? Leo could be significant, water sign energy could be significant, and earth sign energy. So you were someone in a person's life where somebody viewed you as a nag, someone viewed you as their mother. That's really grim, right? Someone viewed you as their mother. Like nagging, getting at them, possibly viewed you as someone who was a bit annoying. You know, it's giving adolescent teen. So if this is a grown man or a grown woman, my goodness, this is definitely somebody who skipped a whole phase of growing up. Like, especially if this is an adult, big grown adult, somebody is not emotionally, they didn't evolve, like something. And this could be down to childhood, or just being resistant, or wanting to just stay young, free, unencumbered type of energy. I don't know. Somebody has been very, very resistant to some sort of change in their life, growing up, ascension, you know, doing things as an adult, being mature, you know, all of those things, right? And someone's viewing you as a person who practices what they preach, okay? This is someone who has found themselves in a rut. Like, whoever this person's in a rut. And it's a rut that is not a nice one, because, you know, dirt is starting to come into that rut, and that whole debris, it's raining, you know, there's all sorts of stuff going on. They're getting covered in some sort of dirt, weight, stagnancy, like something is dragging them down, and it's kind of like self-inflicted, because they found themselves in this position due to being so resistant to making changes. This could be a person who has hurt a string of people. This could also be someone with a lot of karma that has accumulated because of it, with the Three of Swords being here to clarify the world in the reverse. So somebody has repetitively done things that have caused other people to be hurt, other people to be in pain. And through not changing, it's like it's definitely overspilled to other people that have crossed the paths of this person's life, whether this is lovers, whether this is family. It's kind of giving a multitude of energies around a specific person that was connected to you or is connected to you, okay? Someone is realizing that where they're at, no success resides there. So if there was some sort of short-lived success in the past, this is no longer, and it's because someone is not moving, someone's not changing. Some sort of way of being that someone's been holding on to, some sort of fantasy. This person could be very illusional. This person may not even live in reality. With the Hermit in the reverse and the Ten of Cups, it's like someone really has a view of themselves, like they do all right. Like, no one's perfect, okay? But it's like someone is very defiant where it comes to taking responsibility, owning up to things, saying that they're wrong about things. Something here about them feeling like, you know, everything's okay. Like the Ten of Cups is picturesque. The Ten of Cups is happy everything. Contentment to the brim, you know? And somebody really has a perception that they are living this life of contentment due to them being very stubborn and very resistant to change. But the Hermit is in the reverse. So this is somebody who has lacked growth. This is somebody who it's almost giving like a dark energy, a wishful thinking. Like they very much believe that they are of the light. They feel like their way of doing things. This is someone who's unteachable. Like this is somebody who's ignorant. This is somebody who is not open to seeing anything from a different perspective. Like I could go on because I'm getting a lot of energy here. Two of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Someone's stuck on you. Someone's stuck on you. And I feel like why this is coming out is because, again, there's that energy of trying to either show someone a different way of doing things, or there was definitely a path that was slow down, talking too fast. There was a path that was presented to someone, and that would have provided a opportunity for them to make these changes, to grow, to step into some sort of new reality, not a warped one. There's someone's living in a very warped Disneylandish thing in their head. Okay? And there was an opportunity to partner up. And this is where you come in, because I do feel like someone's viewing you as very intelligent. Someone views you as very smart. But again, there's proof in the pudding. So it's like you haven't just spoken all this stuff to this person and not lived by that yourself. Like, a lot of people sometimes talk. This is why you have to be very careful where you get advice from as well. So be careful where you do get advice from. Like, for example, like if you need help with something, absolutely, you know, talk to people that you trust, you know, get a handle on what other people may have experienced, etc. Especially people who have been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, you know, they've not just been around just one spin of the block. They've done a couple rounds of the block. They got the keyring, they got the drapes, they got the tablecloth, they got the tarot cards to match, they got the picture on the wall, you know. Use your discernment where it comes to asking for advice and following other people's lead, if you like, or gaining experience when you speak to other people. And someone viewed you as a nag. Someone viewed you as someone who was annoying. Somebody could have also viewed you as somebody who was boring. So if this person hopped off and decided to go and find something fun, or find a new toy to play with the Queen of Wands, because I'm actually seeing that as well. There's an individual here who's very stuck in the matrix. They definitely chose some sort of energy of fun, lust, sexual gratification is giving 7 of Cups, delusional. Someone lives in a fantasy. There's the world, and then there's this person's world. And some might say, okay, everybody's in their own little world. Okay, I regard myself as in my own little world, but that's a whole nother story. But there's the way that things are. And then there's this person with a very warped something here. 7 of Cups. Someone lives in an illusion. It's almost like the energy of living and creating an illusion, so much so you begin to believe it. So then you feel like you can do no wrong. Then you feel like, you know, what you're choosing is perfect. And of course it's not, especially if you're living a very 3D life. So someone viewed you as boring. Somebody could have viewed you as, you know, like a parent. Someone viewed you as their mother. Like, I can't get away from that. You could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And now someone's realizing that they are stuck on you because of the gems that you're very intelligent. Like, I don't know if you was trying to like tell someone something, speak potential into someone. Like, you could have been trying to even fix someone. Make them see the light with the Hermit in the reverse. Try to get them to kind of try to show them a different way to kind of wake them up to some sort of change that you may have felt was good for them. And this person chose a different path. There was 2 different paths. There was the fun path, you know. There was the path of excitement. There was the path of superficial things. There was the path of shiny objects. So I'm kind of getting someone is stuck in a matrix with the 8 of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Somebody could be stuck with another person that they chose for superficial reasons. And then there's you that they're stuck on. Two of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Someone feels... One more. Queen of Cups, 8 of Cups, the 7 of Swords, the Star card, the 9 of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. So with the Six of Swords. That's a lot of cards, but it explains what I'm getting. So if you were somebody who was a voice of reason to someone, if you were someone who was fighting for some sort of change, fighting for them to do something different, you know, if you could have been partnered up with someone who was definitely not there with you mentally. Do you know what I mean? Not in the same league mentally. And I mean that in the nicest, most humble way. Like, it's almost like the energy of knowing that someone needs to grow up and trying to stick at trying to show them how. It's kind of giving child vibe. This could be your child. Like, it's giving child. And if this is someone who you was romantically involved with, oh, this person's in store. It's like what they've got in store for them now, due to being so resistant and imploding and refusing to move in the store like a toddler. All of that. It's like someone knows that you have cut the cord. And what's sad about this is because I feel like you genuinely cared for a person. Like, you was genuinely giving them some sort of advice or speaking to this person from a space of caring. Like, from a space of, you know, caring what happened to them, caring about their journey, caring about where they were ending up, caring about, you know, where they were going. Possibly more than what you should. I'll be honest with you from what I'm seeing here. And it's like one person is really closing the door on another person. And what's sad about this is I feel like somebody has lost a really good friend. Not only a partner, if that resonates for you. Not only a person who would have been very mature. So I keep saying that this person regarded you as a mother. You remind someone of their mother. And it sounds really weird and grim to say it, but you embody a lot of characteristics that are, you're an old soul is kind of what I'm getting. You have a lot of experience. You're very seasoned. Like, you haven't just come out of a microwavable packet. Like, you have been seasoned. Like, I don't know if you're older than this person, or you just have a very old head on your shoulders for your age, whatever age you are. Okay? You're seasoned. You're seasoned. You're experienced. You would be a person who would be a good person to come to you for advice on certain things. You know, you could know a lot about a lot. Do you know what I mean? You could know a bit about everything. You're that type of person. You could be very good at a lot of things. You could be very multifaceted too. And it's like, what's sad about this is someone really feels like they've lost someone who genuinely cared about them, like genuinely cared. Genuinely was a friend, genuinely was caring for their well-being, genuinely cared about where they ended up. And it's almost like someone has cheated themselves out of not only a friendship, but someone who really would have cared for them deeply, would have looked out for them, would have always been there to impart knowledge and advice, you know, and I feel like you're giving up. You've given up on someone, and they feel it with the Five of Pentacles. They feel left out of some sort of nurture, some sort of energy of always having advice for them. Always, you know, this is a random example, before they leave out the house to go to work, you would say, oh, make sure you lock the car doors, or, you know, them little nuggets. You're one of those people, like there's a nugget that you give to every single person that you meet, and they hold that, they take that with you. And that's a very special thing, because not many people that walk among us are like that. Like, you are the type of person that you would speak to, and that exchange that you have with that person, that interaction, that little time, however small that conversation is, someone will remember you. Like, even if you never lay eyes on that person again, this could be a complete stranger, but that little exchange, there's something very, very special and knowledgeable about you. Like, that's an exchange that somebody will mention years down the line. Do you know what I mean? Hope you get where I'm coming from. Like, you were an asset in a very, very big way to an individual, and somebody has chosen a path where, because of choosing that path, they no longer have access to that. They can no longer call you up and ask for X, Y, Z. Like, you are closing the door on someone. You're closing the door on so much care and patience that you possibly had with someone. And now somebody could feel like they don't even know where you've gone. Like, I don't know if somebody can't find you, or you've gone missing with the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Cups. You may have just moved and you've not told them where you are. You may have changed your number as well for some of you. You could have flat out just cut this person off, or just moved. Like, someone's moved. Someone's like cut off. They can't reach you. Someone can't reach you. And they're kind of thinking, because I feel like somebody's in a situation where things are falling apart. Like, we're going to clarify that Tower, but things are happening to this person. And it's like they're thinking back on the nuggets that you gave to them. They're thinking back about the care. Like, people will never forget how you made them feel. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That's why it's such a good thing to treat people with grace, treat people well, treat people respectful. People will never forget how you made them feel. Never. Feelings can't be forgotten. That's one thing. You can forget conversations. You can forget, exactly the words that people used. I remember a lot of things. To my detriment sometimes. I remember too much sometimes. But people never forget how you make them feel. And this is kind of giving. Someone remembers how you made them feel. Someone remembers that you had them like that. Someone feels very, very insecure about the future. And somebody's very scared about actually some sort of work that they're seeing that they need to be doing on themselves. With the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, I don't know if somebody feels like they need to catch up somehow, like they've missed out on years of growing. Someone feels like they have stunted themselves. And with the Star being here, you as a guide in the flesh, you as a guide. You could be an Aquarius. And someone feels very insecure about some sort of challenge that they feel like they've got. And I don't even think, like, obviously working on yourself is definitely a challenge, but obviously when you are not resistant to the flow of growing and having these new experiences and listening to people, whether you take on the advice or you don't, using that tool in you to filter certain information, to do with it as you will, and to grow with whatever it is that you encounter, the conversations that you have, the people that you encounter. It is all parts of growth and moving forward. And we don't quite realize how over the years, all of that stuff amounts to who we are today. Whether that's good, bad, in the middle, what have you, it's all part of the journey of ascension. And I just felt like someone has been very, very restricted. They've restricted themselves from so much growth, seeing so many experiences, because they've been stuck in a matrix. They refused to do this because they felt like this Ten of Cups was real. This fantasy was real, and their bubble is being burst by the universe with the Six of Wands. And they're being forced now with the Tower and the Death card to transform. And it's not comfortable, because when you see a tower in a spread, it doesn't always mean bad, but it means the universe is sending in an intervention. It's got to the point where the universe, whether good or bad, needs to intervene at this point. And someone's intervening. The universe is intervening with someone. And it's down to transformation because of resistance to do the work. And now someone is very, very scared, worried that you are no longer there to guide. You are no longer there to care about where they're going. I don't know if you just overcared, overgave. They felt like, they could have definitely have taken that for granted. Because if someone's viewing you as a nuisance, or someone who is their mother, or someone who, it's like someone was very immature. And even if they did view you as a mother figure or a mothering figure, you could definitely be a mother. Hence the reason why that keeps coming out to me. They viewed you as a mother, like, to them. Whether they view you as a mother to children, or you had children with them. You could be a water sign, a Cancer specifically, or any water sign, to be honest. Aquarius energy, like, whether they viewed you as a mother or not, they kind of viewed you to them as a mothering figure. I don't know if that's the reason why they connected to you. That could well be. And someone no longer has access to that because you've moved away from them with the Six of Swords. A lot of you have moved. And there's heavy emphasis on you cutting someone off. But just not only just ending something, you've changed your number. You've done some sort of big definitive things where someone can't reach you. And it's put them in a space of, oh crap, divine intervention is happening. Things are happening to me now. I need to work on these changes. And it's scaring someone how behind they are. It's scaring someone because they've restricted themselves, like they've disabled themselves. That's a lot of cards. What's the Tower? The Five of Swords. The universe isn't playing with someone. Someone could be getting it left, right and centre. They could be falling out with people. They could be meeting a lot of shiesty people. They could be meeting a lot of liars. Especially if this person has been, doing their fair share of stuff in the streets. Betrayal. Breaking hearts with the Three of Swords in the world and the world in the reverse. If they've been throwing spanners on other people's path and causing sadness, causing hurt, causing pain. The universe is seeing it that those energies are putting this person to sit down and it's weighing on someone with the Eight of Wands in the reverse. The Three of Cups. They could be losing out on lovers, friends. They could be around a lot of people who are very petty. Lovers is in the reverse. The Seven of Pentacles is in the reverse. And the Seven of Wands is in the reverse. So they may be finding now that love relationships are not going well with the King of Cups. They could be trying to open and connect to people. So it's almost like the energy of someone living as a player. Someone living free, doing what they want, possibly breaking hearts, cheating, going to this person, that person, not really taking things too serious in terms of their love relationships, possibly even friendships. This person could be very neglectful as a friend. This person could be very disloyal, very disloyal. And this person could be coming up against a lot of people who are the same as them with the World in the reverse. And it's got them they're in a karmic cycle. This could be an energy, again, like I was just about to say, like of a player who has played and played and played. And now they want to be serious. Now they're changing their perspective on love and the Fool. And they're trying to have some sort of new beginning in love. No one wants them. Or they're meeting all the people that they used to be, or they are trying to change from being. So it's like the player ready to settle down, only to realize that now I'm ready to stop being a player. Now I'm ready to stop breaking hearts. Now I found myself in a rut, and maybe it's time to treat people better and be open and connect to my heart space and try love genuinely. They don't have no one who wants to invest in them with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone's getting it left, right and centre. A lot of areas of someone's life is coming crashing down now. And I feel like you're over here kind of moving on. Tell me about this Queen of Swords. The Four of Wands. A lot of you have moved home. Or a lot of you are thinking about moving home. Your smart energy, your discernment, your intelligence is second to none. Keep leading with that. Like, don't doubt yourself. Especially when you come up against people who could be resistant to listening or kind of like dim you down or throw you to the side. Like what you have to say isn't important. Like it's especially if somebody made you feel like what you had to say wasn't valid, or you wasn't interesting enough, or you was boring, or why'd you always talk about intelligent stuff? Like, if someone can't meet you there with that, they are not for you. Something about that. Because there's something about it not steering you wrong. Like, two people are on two very different paths, I'm seeing. And you have chosen the path of sticking to your discernment, your intelligence, thinking things through, being cautious. And it's something about being very cautious hasn't steered you wrong, but it steered someone into some sort of destruction. Like, don't doubt where you're being led at this time, because I just feel like you was a guiding light to someone and you are a guiding light all by yourself. So the decisions that you're making, the way that you think, like the way that you see things, the way you see the world, I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who's very worldly. Like, you could read a lot, like you could just be very intelligent, you know a lot of things, like you've got a lot of knowledge to give other people, like you do. What you say is very valuable. I would love to have a conversation with you. Like, I'm getting that vibe. Like, this is, whether you're a masculine or feminine, this is feminine energy here. Like, you are very knowledgeable, you know what you're speaking about. And not only that, you're resourceful, like people can learn from you. You're an asset that you just, I don't know, someone couldn't relate. Someone couldn't connect with you because they're just not mentally with you on that level. Like, sometimes it really isn't you. That's kind of what I'm getting. The Fool and the Five of Pentacles. Someone feels left out, left alone to have a new beginning by themselves. And I don't know if this person was very codependent on you with the Hierophant. Someone looked up to you. Someone looked up to you, because I feel like a lot of you have moved. A lot of you have no contact with this person, no means of contact. And now someone feels very cold in the streets. Like, with the Five of Pentacles and the Fool, it's like someone needs to have a new beginning. You've left someone to have a new beginning. You've taken all those smarts, all that knowledge, all that discernment, all that care, concern, nuggets of information that this person could have access to really better themselves and their life. And it's like the Fool and the Five of Pentacles. He's sitting near a dumpster. Five of Pentacles. Like, he doesn't know where to start. He feels scared. Someone is very scared to have their own new beginning now. And somebody could be realizing that they needed you more than what they actually let on. Someone's very codependent on your energy. Like, they definitely feel like, what am I going to do now without this person? I don't know if you was just helping someone a lot, or they felt like you were speaking to them too much. Like, they felt like you were... You was talking too much. Like, someone could have felt like they were annoyed with you. Like, someone was irritated by you trying to help them. I don't know. And it's like, now someone wishes they had that. It's almost like the energy of having a partner that you start to get irritated with. And I've never been in that position, right? But I'm just giving the example, like being with someone, and then you start to be irritated when they call you, and, you know, you don't want to really be around them. And someone started to give someone the cold shoulder. Someone started to maybe leave someone on red. So someone could have just been, you know, playing games, disappearing, going for days and then popping back up. Like, all of that stuff, all of those things could have been happening in a dynamic. Like, you could have been trying to reach out to this person, make plans with a person, invite them to this place or invite them over, and there was always an excuse. Someone ducked and dived from another person because they found them irritating and annoying. They could have found them boring, naggy. They could have definitely looked again at you as a mother to them rather than a partner, especially if this is a romantic thing, right? And now someone wishes that they had that annoying, nagging, cautious, wise character to annoy them. It's like having an annoyance, getting away from the annoyance, and then realizing, oh crap, I really need that annoyance now. It's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. Let's move on. What's the Fool? And the Five of Pentacles. The Ten of Swords. And the Two of Pentacles. Someone is really like... with the Nine of Pentacles. It's like someone has to go it alone. Like, I don't know who you've separated from, but it's like they feel very worried about going it alone. Somebody feels like they've got so much to do. It's possibly very overwhelming. There's a lot of pain and trauma that they could be working through. Somebody could be going through a lot of endings as well, and they don't really know how to grasp life right now. Like, someone just feels like they're in a movie where so many things are happening at once. And it's down to having to be independent. So you taking away your energy from someone has left them in a pit of having to do it themselves. And you know what? Sometimes people need to be left to their own devices, as painful as what that can be for someone who loves to help or likes to be there or cares for another person. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to get up and leave someone to their own devices, especially if someone is treating you like you are an annoyance or they don't want to be around you. The best thing you can do is pick up your bag and go. Bag, suitcase, whatever. Tell me about the collective. The High Priestess. The Hermit. You are a guide. Some sort of knowledge. You could have a lot of occult knowledge. You could know about a lot about metaphysics, astrology, stuff, spirituality. You could be very versed in laws of attraction, all of that stuff. You could swear by that. Live your whole life by laws of attraction, manifestation, astrology, the stars. Very mystical. That's why someone should have listened to you. Someone fobbed you off, and it's like you were probably the greatest thing that they will ever encounter. I'm telling you, with the Hermit and the High Priestess, very knowledgeable. You could be studying something new and you're keeping it under wraps. You could be preparing for something. You could be reading a lot. Something about reading. You could be learning a new skill or learning something, going to school, and you could be keeping that to yourself. You could be doing something at peace or in the background. Or that's what you're going to be doing. The Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're working on something. In silence. Like, you're moving in silence with something. Some of you could even be studying something spiritual. Like, this could be tarot. This could be learning how to do something like a craft. You could be opening a spiritual business. You could be reading about how to do something. With the Knight of Wands, yeah. To unleash it. The King of Wands, yeah. You're learning. Some of you are learning from, you're a beginner and you're going to be graduating from the Knight of Wands up to the King of Wands. This could be a business. Or this is what you want to do. You're trying to like learn something behind the scenes. You're reading up on something to unleash something. To go from not really knowing much or being a beginner to becoming, you know, very strong in your craft. Especially if this is like doing something spiritual. Like if you're doing something spiritual, I see you definitely, because you're putting in the work, it's like you're going to win at this. Like you're going to do very well. Like someone's going to do very well at going to the next level with something, becoming bigger, better, stronger, harder at something. And it's because of your focus. Not only that, but you've already got it in you. Like the universe is pushing you in this direction. You could feel very led right now to learn something. Go with that hunch. So especially if you're having some sort of random urge to, I'm going to read up on, you know, astrology. Let's use that, right? And then you want to do a podcast about the planets and, you know, retrograde and this happening and that happening. And, definitely do it. I feel like you've got a lot, like someone has a lot of knowledge to impart to others. You're a teacher. Could be a spiritual guru, a spiritual teacher. You really are someone who has a lot to offer other people. And imagine you was in the hands of someone who just saw you as annoying. They didn't see they had a gem that they could have really have learnt from here. The Queen of Cups, yeah, that's you. That's you. With the Seven of Swords. If you were in a situation, Nine of Wands, Four of Pentacles. I feel like with the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Wands, yeah, a lot of you could be opening a business. Okay, so if you were in a situation where somebody really mistook your kindness, like there's something here about mistaking kindness for some sort of annoyance or not appreciating somebody's compassion and care when they had it, right? If you were in that situation where you were trying to feed or pour into someone that just wasn't really receiving it, okay, that's for someone. I feel like a lot of you have learned a lesson about that, is what I'm kind of seeing with the Nine of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. Like some of you, okay, I'm kind of feeling inclined to say it as some sort of advice. Okay, so if you are very caring and you're an empath, some of you could be empathetic, never say it right. Some of you could be very intuitive, with the Queen of Cups being right next to that High Priestess. Your intuition is very on point, okay? Some of you could also do a spiritual business. Some of you could read tarot. I'm seeing that now too. Now, you know, you're very empathetic and you're very, very tapped into energy. And I feel like you could be a person who really helps other people, whether you know it or not. Like your exchanges with people, like people carry that, especially people who meet you where you are, you know, if you get my drift. And, you know, when you're an empath, like a lot of people can take advantage of you because they see a kind person, they see someone who's tapped in emotionally, and it's very, for some people, it's like, you know, for low vibrational people, sometimes you get used when you're in that energy. So finding the good balance of being empathetic but not being used is something that is advice that I'm seeing for someone here. Like, stay away from anybody who is wanting to feed off of that energy with the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Swords, because you could definitely have a lot of people around you who may be feeding off of that energy, that care, that compassion, that open empathetic energy that you exude. If you feel like someone is lying to you, they're lying to you. Point blank, period. With the Queen of Cups, especially if you're a water sign, you're a Pisces or you're a Cancer. You could be a Virgo too. This could be any of those signs. If you have a hunch that someone is lying to you, that could be for a few of you. Believe it. Believe it. Your intuition is telling you that someone is lying to you. That would be true because the Seven of Swords is right here. Someone is having intuitive hits that someone is dishonest, and that would be true. A lot of you have learned a lesson on how to protect yourself. Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. A lot of you are not giving yourself to situations and, you know, leading with love with people who don't deserve it anymore, especially if you tried to do that in the past. There's been a valuable lesson for you here where you are holding back from who you need to hold back from. You are being guarded with who you need to be guarded from. Don't be afraid to, you know, not be emotional with certain people, or not be so quick to connect emotionally and give so much of that good care, compassion to people who may not appreciate it. You know, be sure that somebody is ready to meet you there before you get there yourself. Do you know what I mean? And for an empathetic person, finding a balance between those things is a lot of work in itself. And a lot of you could actually be working on that part of yourself. Or some of you have already partaked in some sort of work to work on having a healthy balance between where you give your emotions to where you don't. You know, being emotionally intelligent is something that you're possibly working really hard at, and it's due to some sort of betrayal. There could also be, for some of you, someone coming back in to still take from your energy as well. King of Pentacles. Six of Swords in the reverse. Five of Swords. And the World in the reverse. That's that person again. You may have someone coming back from the past who wants to do like some sort of shortcut to success, latching onto you. Especially if you are doing very well, especially if you may be a masculine, okay? You could be an earth sign masculine, or you've got heavy earth in your chart. You could just be very stable about your business. You got it like that, you know, with the King of Pentacles. You're the boss daddy, okay? Whether you own your own business or not, you got enough to be comfortable. And with the Six of Swords in the reverse, someone could be returning from the past with the Five of Swords because they are latching onto you. They could be very jealous of your success or how much you have. And this is someone who is taking a shortcut. With the World card in the reverse, this is someone who is in a karmic cycle and doesn't want to do the work to get out of it. They don't. So be careful of somebody coming in to sip a little bit more of the good energy with the Queen of Cups. With the Three of Swords, someone who has hurt you in the past, someone who could have broken things off with you in the past, someone who wants to reopen something with you. This is someone, is kind of giving the energy of, I will always have my foot in the door so I can always go back to the collective. And I feel like for a lot of you, you need to be barricading your door and protecting yourself from a user. It's harsh, but and it's the same person that is not learning a lesson or has stuff that they need to resolve, karma that they need to tackle, unwilling to change karma as well. Last cards, because we're about to hit an hour. Last cards. Nine of Cups. Seven of Wands, yeah. Fight for your own happiness. And if you are very content right now and happy about that, if you found yourself in a very good space, especially mentally, and you've had to fight for that happiness, you've had to work very hard, because I see a lot of you working on something to do with your emotions, your balance, and it's actually creating a situation where you're very empathetic, you're connected. You could be very connected emotionally, you know, to the divine. You know, your discernment could be very good right now because of the work that you're doing on self-contentment for yourself, and protect that energy. Protect that energy. You wouldn't decorate your whole house and then go with a black pen and write all over it. You wouldn't do that, would you? So why would you do it to your mental state? You wouldn't. Why would you do all of that intensive work on yourself, work on building your emotions, work on being very empathetically balanced, work on your connection to the divine, and then have someone stamp all over it? Treat your body like a temple, and your mind too, okay? With the Justice card right at the bottom of the deck. I don't even know if you can see that because it's got dark while I've been recording. Some sort of ascension period process. I wasn't even going to say period. Process is going on with you. And it's putting you on a path of being very fulfilled emotionally because of the work that you've done on yourself with your emotions. Some sort of intensive work with the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Protect that. Protect that. Don't take a black pen and draw and scribble all over your healing. That's what it's giving. Collective, I love you so much. I hope that you have gained something from the reading. Thank you so much for your love and your support. If you like how I read, please like the video, share the video, do what you feel inclined to do. I appreciate you greatly. And until next time, I will see you soon. Mwah. You take care. Bye.